to the Locker, Season 4, Episode 27. I am a white, along with Van House. Look, I got a line across my screen. I think it's just my screen, though.
Yeah, it's just your screen, I think.
What's going on?
Man, bro, it's getting closer and closer to the best time of the year, especially for me.
Summertime. It's already summertime.
No. You got track championships coming in the end of August. And then after track championships is football season. And you can't get better than that. I'm a kid in a candy store right now. I can't get enough. Can't get enough.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Track season? For who? Like what kind of people?
World Championships is is next in 10 days probably. World Championship starts in 10 days, I think.
Who we got running in that?
Come on. Who we got? Who?
How many people in?
Shit, from Kentucky, we got Messiah Russell. We got obviously Sydney. We got Kenny Harrison. We got Camacho Quinn. We got can't think of the kid's name. I think he runs a 400 for one of the islands. We got Devin Charleston, who's a coach. It's too many, man. I can't. It's too many. It's too many.
Interesting.
You had to pull out your beard comb for that one.
Hey, man, just trying to make sure the beard is in point.
I feel you.
What is he talking about? Who will be the first legacy player's son come along?
And rings the bell for the Wildcats. Who's the
lost?
Yeah, I'm lost with that one. Who rings the bell? I mean, isn't it Dane Key? Right? Who's before Dane? I don't know of any.
The only other options is, I think, are Ty Bryant.
Dane. Yeah, who's after Dane Key though?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Carter, we're gonna put you on mute.
I don't know what ring the bell means.
I'm trying to think of what legacy players we got playing right now besides. And I know I'm probably. I mean, Nick Hall. He's
yeah,
but he's supposedly injured.
That's all I can think from my time. Now, the guys before me, I mean, I know there's a lot of guys coming up. That has some sons who play ball.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, those only two. So you talking about so it's going to be Dane. Here's what I want to know. Our man Will Levis has been put on the first depth chart at the Tennessee Titans. Apparently Malik Willis is stinking the joint up.
Really? His second year still stinking it up?
Yeah, still. Thus far. Will is impressive. Will is making an impression.
Okay.
The depth chart has Will. First depth chart that came out has Will still number 3.
Okay.
That's just how it goes. It's 2 weeks from now. Are you gonna see Coach saying, "Hey, Malik, let me see Will. Let me see Will a little bit. Step out. Let me see Will get it."
So here's the deal with that, in my opinion. Tannehill isn't going to play any preseason games. I'm 1,000% sure that he's not going to play. So even though Will is technically third, he's really second because he's going to be running with the twos during the games. So,
wait a minute, what twos?
The backups. So I'm gonna say this. I don't know anything about the situation currently because you tell me new stuff. I will say right now that Will is spending sometimes with the ones, and Will is spending sometimes with the twos. I know he's listed as 3, but I know Tannehill isn't playing. I mean, he didn't. I don't think he played last year. So therefore, Willis has to get some reps. So for prep for the game. So that means Willis got to take some 2 reps. So Tannehill's going to take the first few just to get in rhythm with his guys. But then when they start preparing for a game, Willis got to get more and more 1 rep. So I think Will is going to play a lot, and it's going to be up to him to move. What is it? What Luda's move, bitch, get out the way. You're gonna have to sing that to Malik Willis.
Obviously, I thought you was going another direction. I thought you was going to say because Tannehill ain't playing the first, ain't going to be playing. When you said Will going to be getting second team reps, like he going to be getting the second team reps. Like
no,
he going to be playing the second team if you're not playing the first quarter. Now, if you think they're rotating, if you ain't playing the first, second, yeah, you're going to have not Tannehill, but you're going to have some starters out there in the first quarter, first drive or 2.
For sure.
Tannehill, man, now you may be right about that. So I'm saying once you start going through, so Willis gonna be with the 2s for the most part.
Yeah.
So that means Will gonna be. So that's my point is how hard is it gonna be for him to make the team when you got 3rd string receivers, 4th string receivers. And I think he's gonna get some of the 2s. Hopefully he'll get some. Hopefully he'll overlap with some of the 2s.
Oh, Anthony. You know this. I know this. If I was Will, I would rather go with the 3s. Because the 3s on the other side is just as bad as you. So you might be able to put up more numbers with your 3s against their 3s than your 2s against their 2s. Because those 3s are going to be guys you played football with in college the last year. So I think it works a little bit in his favor.
Well, we'll see when it comes down to that. Speaking of new quarterback or quarterbacks, Kentucky quarterbacks, new quarterback, all the hubbub been this week that Devin Leary has impressed with Liam Cohen. Devin Leary looks really good in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Leary is up for quarterback awards.
Mm-hmm. Which don't mean shit.
Is all this coach speak? I don't know. I assume you wouldn't be surprised by it. But is this coach speak? Is any put it like this? Because he was jacking around. What would the narrative be, or would he still say the same thing?
Yeah, I don't coach. Is it coach speak? Sure. However, there's a big difference because I have got tape on Devin Leary that shows he can play. Before Will played for us, we had no tape on him. We had we had limited tape on Will in real game situations with live bullets against real teams. I mean, we have an idea what Devin Leary is. So I don't think it's on Devin Leary's shoulders. I think it's on the O-line and everybody else's shoulders to match what he has done in the past. So if Devin Leary can stay healthy, and if we all believe that Liam Cohen is the almighty, right? Because Liam Cohen made Will Levis the 4th quarterback picked in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Will Levis is the 4th quarterback pick in the draft if he doesn't come to Kentucky. If he stays at Penn State, he's not drafted.
Yeah.
So if he can do it to a guy who had 1 start and he was a running quarterback, what's the guy for Nebraska back in the day?
Frazier or Frost?
Frazier. No, I'm not talking about Crouch. Frazier. Yeah. He was the Frazier to Penn State. Now all of a sudden he become the strong arm guy for Kentucky. So if he could do it, look, if he did it with Will Levis, with Wan'Dale Robinson and Josh Ali for 2 or 3 games, then Josh Ali got hurt. I think he can do it with a quarterback who's proven himself with Danke, Barry Brown, Tay-Rob, Brown, Crowders, Porter, etc. I think, and then the whole tight end room. I think he's got more at his disposal than even Will had.
Mr. Geiger has chimed in and said he's been at practice. Okay. He said that the kid has looked surgical. I'm surgical with this bitch, boy. Hey, Denzel line out. Yeah. Hey, so everybody getting hyped up. Bro, running 2-minute offense first week.
Pause though a little bit, because we still haven't seen that O-line.
Yeah.
If we don't look,
we don't know. If it's right now, they probably go a little good on good, a little bit.
Right. But if we run a 7-on-7,
yeah,
we good. We can go against anybody 7-on-7.
Well, man, let me give you pause.
Uh-oh.
You have heard about Will Levis's 7-on-7s. They said one practice, I think he threw. They was all tip balls, but I think they said he threw like 5 or 6 picks in 7-on-7. 5 or 7. It was an odd number. It was either 5 or 7. And I don't know if you do that as a starting quarterback at all. Like, what was that comment you made the other day about? Starting quarterbacks throw that many picks in the game. Because we was talking about somebody averaging 6-8 picks a season in NFL.
Right. Dude, I don't think we got that many picks when we ran 7-on-7 during my time. If you're throwing 5 picks there's no lineman in your way. You can throw crossing routes. You can throw just hit the back of the helmet or the center helmet cross. So for you to go 7 picks, they had to be tips, man. They had to be.
Oh, there was tips. They said most of them was tips.
Okay.
Or all of them might have been tips. But here's the point. Here's the thing.
Tips were bad throws, or were they tips where people just dropped the ball?
No, I think they were tipped and caught out of the air.
No. Well, was it because the ball was high out of not in the right spot?
That ain't called a tip. That's called a drop. Or
no, I'm just you know how a receiver does this.
No, I'm saying I'm assuming linebackers and people underneath are tipping. That's what I took from it. And here's may not be a bad thing. I will say this: if you want to practice, if you question your touch, you'll find the windows. Man, throw as many as you want on Skelly, trying to find your windows, getting your rhythm. What I don't want you doing is throwing them on Saturday. Now, mind you, if you're gonna do this every week, we got a whole type of issue.
Yeah.
But that might have been what he was doing, because the old offensive coordinator was one of those. No, we're gonna do it my way. Like, you gonna figure this out. And that's not always bad. But you got to put something in my tool chest when I don't just keep sending me out there with a butter knife. And I'm getting pelted with live ammo.
Yeah.
Man, send me out there at least with a musket, something, man, where I can fight back with, man, or some what they call them things, Chinese stars or something I can throw, man, get a little distance.
Chinese stars. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, I'm looking at last year's stats. Will was pretty good except for 2 games. The Tennessee and the Youngstown State, he threw half his picks in 2 games.
Yeah.
Threw half his picks in 2 games. That's not good, but at least the rest of the season he kind of protected the ball.
Yeah, I guess. Does that also go along with the whole thing that he threw for 1,000 yards of his 2,800 in 3 games?
Yeah. That's a fact.
Who was Carter Hall talking to?
What was that? Probably
who was Tony? Tony Geiger?
Yeah.
I didn't know he goes by Tony. I know who don't go by Tony.
Who? Hey, Tony!
Pretty Tony's with the so the other person they highlighted this week, I don't know, maybe I'm so far removed from the game. And this kind of reminds me of, hopefully, or not really hopefully, maybe I ain't reading something. Student got quiet, and I think Stu come on and make an appearance, and he started go cooking or something. They highlighted Jefferson today on the news. Said he
really.
Well, I mean, basically because he granted 7th year, which I never knew that was in jeopardy. But they granted him the 7th year, so I'm kind of wondering, is that something we do, like highlight each another players? Because this is talking season. It ain't a whole lot of film or nothing to go by, and that maybe it's gonna be your time tomorrow. But it also kind of reminded me that first time. Damn, it was a long ass time. The first time, when was that? They had to be like 07. And we on Sunday morning sports talk. And they keep asking me, Larry Barton asking me, man, they asked so-and-so, is he returning next year? What? So like around 07, 08, they started asking everybody if they returning. Like you may have been able to come out your junior year. I could have done a boneheaded thing. I mean, it would have been dumb for me to come out. But just the success I had my sophomore and junior year, I could have just said Tim Couch is leaving.
Yeah.
The offense line is leaving. I could have challenged it, but I'm like, that would have just been stupid. But no, that wasn't even a thing back then.
No, it wasn't.
So that was the first time I came back, like in 05, 06, 07, one of them years when they started doing it. Like every player had to make that's what caught me. Every player had to make a statement that I'll be returning to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I think Mo is the only person during my time that left early. And rightfully so.
If you want to consider Tim your time or not, but
he was after I graduated.
And
Tim, rightfully so too.
Right. I've heard some good talk about the return. Cummings be a mismatched piece. That's coach speak. Did that moonshine speak?
No, I wonder what happened to Cummings last year, because this is the interesting thing. He didn't lose his position coach, so. Did his position coach?
I heard he was a little inconsistent. I will say this.
Last year?
As a ball catcher, yeah, in practice and such. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard he's inconsistent. I will say that. But I do say this as a ball catcher. If you're not getting a catchable ball, especially inside in that area because all his balls got to be touched. It's either going to be a check down where he's catching a square, boom, and get hit, or he's doing a crossing route or something, or it's a fade or corner where it's dropped in on you. So I'm saying but I was told that he was inconsistent. And it might have been blocking. I think it was more drops and timing. Drops and timing.
So
but we did wait for Upshaw. We was waiting for Upshaw to return too.
So Anthony,
I'm talking about that tight end room, man. Huh?
Riddle me this though. You have the same coach who coached him in 2021, that coached him in 2022, that coached him in 2023. He is the consistency of the staff. Everybody else in the offensive staff has changed.
Hold on. These thoughts are those of Van Howes alone. I don't know who you blame. It's like you throw somebody under the bus. I ain't got no parts of this one. I ain't throwing the big dog under the bus, man.
So, isn't it weird that he comes on the scene in 2021, leaves the scene in 2022, comes back on the scene in 2023, and everybody wants to blame him on Scangarello?
But blame Cummings?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they blame Cummings on Scangarello.
So who I think people are blaming his. I think from what I've heard from my little small circle of Twitterites, X-ites, whatever you want to call it, they blame it on Scangarello that Cummings took a backwards step last year, and now he's taking another forward step because now Liam is coming back. Because now the correlation is Liam made him or helped him become the dude. Liam left, he backtracked, and Liam's come back. Now he's back the dude. But isn't that on the position coach?
Kind of.
Okay.
Put this in your pipe and smoke this for a minute.
Okay.
I've said for 2 years we had difficulties throwing 12 yards and in. Have I been? Now, whether you agree with it or not, that's been my consistent. So this is my school of thought. And Liam he threw 12 to 15 yards. He said design plays 12 to 15 yards off, whether it's tight end on the seam, whether it's tight end, wheel routes, whatever. He got them out there. And a lot of Cummings look good, 12 yards back.
Okay.
Now, the problem I thought we had was throwing under 12. And I think the last offensive coordinator realized what I realized, that we got a lot of problems throwing under 12. So I'm either going to throw laterally or I'm going to throw fades. And the laterals really didn't have a lot to do with the tight ends, really in general, nor did the fades. So, yeah, I think you can blame. I think you can say playbook and blame offensive coordinator but the offensive coordinator, I think, realized that I gotta keep everything outside of that box. I got to keep everything out the original box that you and I know. When you make your blitz protection, that box, like inside the tackles, 7 yards deep. We got to keep everything out of there because we ain't comfortable going in there. And that's just my school of thought. And I'm gonna say it this way: I've been consistent on everything I just told you. So it ain't like I just came up with this overnight. So I like to believe that. I could be completely wrong. I could be semi-wrong.
Okay. I'm gonna hit you with this, and I want you to chew on this one.
Don't give me no stats. Don't bring out no damn numbers, man. You know I don't live in stat world, man.
No. Because I don't know this number. I'm asking the people who are the stat people. All right. What were Isaiah Cummings' snap counts last year compared to the year before? Because was he on the field even to he didn't even get the chance? Because it didn't seem like he was on. He was off the sideline much last year.
But with Dingle and Caddis, I think it was a little tough.
Yeah.
Based depending on the situation. I think you're right, but I can't remember who told me. But I thought it was inconsistent. I heard it was inconsistent. So, like, I think it was more like dropping balls or maybe missed assignments, something like that.
Okay, I feel you. And that's a credible inside source too. So I got you.
Stupid, man. What are you laughing about? So Johnny KY Blue. Let me go back to Johnny KY. Johnny KY Blue wants to know what the depth chart is going to look like. If you ask me first, I'm going to let Van break it down. You ask me, I would say, now this is only because I like consistency. Yeah, and I did the same thing with Joey Gatewood and Will Levis. Like, it wasn't so much, it was more blindly on that point, but
right.
I go Jatan.
Okay.
Ray.
Okay.
Jefferson.
Okay.
Then after that, it really don't matter. But Jatan, Ray, Jefferson, Wilcox, game 1 and 2. It could soon be Jatan, Wilcox, Ray, or Jatan. Okay. I say Jatan takes the first snap for some reason. Now, if it was Hal Mummy, I might say Wilcox.
Okay. Now, Johnny, you were asking us. I don't think this is gonna. Okay, I'm gonna give you two answers. I think it's gonna play out like this: how Stoops and Liam is gonna play out. I think you're gonna start Ray Davis. I think you're going to have Jatan and Ramon as 2A and 2B, and Demi as your swing guy. I think those are your 4. That's how I think the staff is going to play it out.
Hold on really quick before you go into your second scenario. What did Lavelle Wright do to you or anybody? Did he hurt himself?
He ain't do nothing to me.
Okay, well, go ahead, because nobody's even y'all know. But the only reason I say that because y'all put the North Carolina State kid in front of him.
Yeah,
and they really that same person as far as what I've seen. They really that
well,
same person.
Apparently, Demi is a damn. I don't like to say this shit. I'm gonna say something. You're gonna slap me. He's got Marshall Faulk esque ability to be able to run slot. That's what I know. Ow! Damn, man, that hurt. All right.
Oh God.
You
Marshall, these thoughts are Van House.
That's what I know.
Van House all alone.
I can't think of another great pass catching running back of recent history. Like elite, not just a guy who can catch the ball. Right?
Alvin Kamara.
Okay, Alvin Kamara. Because he's not you. So I'm gonna put you on the board on the side. But that I don't know. I don't like to say that. That's the only person I come up with at the moment.
What's his size?
He's pretty big, man.
I know. That's where I don't understand. Like, well, I guess if you start talking about size like that, then you got to be up there with Marshall. Because I don't see Kamara ain't that big. Kamara's big. He cut up, but
yes,
him and Caffrey ain't either
one of them guys. No, I think he's bigger than him, ain't he?
Yeah, but I'm assuming he is.
I think he's bigger than both of them. I think he's. See, I don't like saying names because shit. I didn't want to say
he's like 220, ain't he?
Huh?
Ain't he like 220? Like, but
no, he's not. He's smaller than what I thought he was. From what I'm looking at, hold on. I'm trying to get a roster. Is somebody put his roster, his size up? I should look at Kentucky roster, right? But we all know how
go there.
I'm about to say we all know how they be capping. They the worst of the worst. I'm gonna look at their site though. I mean, I can at least get. They got him at 6 feet 210. That's pretty thick. He's not big, but he's not small either. So but what I see it as is I say Ramon and Jatan is 1A and 1B. Ray Davis is 2. Wilcox is 3. That's because we both like true like running backs who can do multiple things.
Right.
We just don't need a Benny or C-Rod. We need somebody like we have been champion AJ Rose since day one.
Right.
And besides him giving up the rock on the 1 yard line, I think he in the end zone. Besides that, that's the kind of runner. I need a Boom-esque running back. That's what I need. Someone like Boom but can stay healthy. So
right.
That's why I like Jefferson and Tom as my running backs.
I don't know. You got a question on them. Caddis and Ripka had to be separated in open practice.
That's what I'm talking about. I like to hit. Yes. I need to see. Yes. That should be normal.
Hey, Ripka big. Caddis might be. Ripka big ass dude though, ain't he?
Caddis don't give a damn though. Caddis eating.
Was Caddis 84?
Caddis
better stay in his damn lane.
Hey, Caddis don't give a damn. Yeah, he's 84. It ain't like Caddis small, dude. Yeah. I mean, I know Ripka was 6'6" or something.
I think Ripka. I looked him up. Anwar was talking about him. I looked him up one day. I was like, "Damn, Caddis big."
Yeah, dude, Caddis is not a small.
Not Caddis. I mean, Ripka. Let me see.
Hey, did Caddis go to a Catholic school?
He probably did go to Cove Catholic.
Now, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be deemed a certain way, but we're on the locker. This is how we talk in the locker room.
Hey, all these thoughts, this whole show has been yours and yours alone.
I went to a Catholic private school, predominantly white school, and there was always this one white dude that ain't nobody want to fuck with. Like I don't care, blue, black, green, whatever. It was one white dude who's and probably the smartest kid on the team, but whose screws was a little loose. That might be Caddis. Like that dude who he don't care. You can be 400 pounds in front. He coming at you. He's eating. Don't try to take his plate because he might stab you. He get that fork. Damn. He one of them.
That's that Jeff Snedeker.
Yes. There you go. Exactly.
Man.
Jason Watts.
Ripka 6'4", 270 something. Cat is 6'4", about 230, but
it ain't that much difference.
Now the question is, and Ann said she don't think Ray Davis would transfer here to be number 2. I do agree with that.
And that's why Ray Davis is going to start. I just don't know if he's the best running back.
That's what I'm saying. Is that going to be proven before? Is that going to be proven before fall, before the first snap?
No. I think Ray Davis is going to be your starter from the coach's perspective, because I don't think anyone has. You know, when you are penciling a starter, the backup can't be even with you. The backup can't be a little bit better than you. The backup got to be clearly better than you to jump you. And I don't think there's anybody that's going to be clearly better than him. He's a 1,000-yard SEC rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I don't like that. I don't fucking like to play safe. That's just me. Yes, Ray Davis is going to give you. I'm going to say this. From what I went back and looked at some film, we saw film on him last week. He's better than I would have given him credit for. He can give you, I think, a little bit, he can give you a little bit more out the run game than C-Rod and Benny. I think he can give you 10 to 15 more yards on a big blue wall type of hole. Because we got to remember, Benny and fucking C-Rod got big blue wall holes. So I think with those if we get the old big blue wall, I think Ray Davis will give you 10 to 15 more yards. And so I think he has that, but I don't think Ray Davis is a home run hitter. I don't think he can take that damn safety coming downhill and he's like, and he go home run on us. I think he can make the safety have to go run him down, but I don't know if he's got that boom. What's the first game of the season? Boom went down 80. Don't worry.
When we going 80, like one.
That's what I'm saying.
We was going. Right. Yeah.
I don't think he's got that, but I think he's got more juice than the last 2 great running backs that we had.
Hey, you know what I like? I like when they run that little pistol thing with who quarterback that Liam run. They run a little pistol thing. Say the quarter or the running backs. Y'all screen is separate from mine. So I gotta say that. Hopefully I say so. The running back is on his right, but I'm actually on my left because your screen is right. So the running back's on his right, and he takes the snap. Then he hands it to him, and the running back wrap around the front of him. And here come the tight, here come that wham block, the tight end, and the tackle guard, whoever, and they kicking out. So you going this way. Now, if they log them, you got to keep on around.
Right.
But if they kick out like right on time, like shit, it seems like now that was Boone's thing. And although that wasn't Liam running it. And C-Rod, sometimes he bump into it like he'll get hesitant. And you got some of it, Smoke gonna bounce it. A White would be like, as soon as I see him crossing my face and just get gone, is Ray gonna do that? So I'm saying if Liam bring in that thing where, hey, you gotta be patient, you gotta notice, you gotta pick your holes. Is that a Ray game or whose game is that? I think that's a Jatan game, but I don't know.
We're on the same page. I'm gonna say if Ramon Jefferson is back to what I saw him run like at Sam Houston State, if he gets back to that level and he trusts his legs, he might be the best running back in the room. But coming off a knee injury
last year, well, I guess we didn't really get a chance to see it.
We didn't get to see it. Yeah. Coming off a knee injury, I know it came off a knee injury. I've only seen people do. It depends on the person. AP, Adrian Peterson came back like he ain't never had shit happen to him.
Jamal Lewis.
Huh?
Jamal Lewis. Jamal Lewis got hurt at the end of Tennessee, man.
Right.
Ran a 4.3 at the combine.
Right. So some people, I mean, I don't know, but now that's some other people, like Derrick Rose in basketball, took a little time to come back. Now I know it's a different sport, starting stopping, but it depends on the athlete and the severity of the injury. So if he's back to where he was last fall, I think he's the best running back in the room.
Got you. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. Been a good show. No,
which is good. Think about this. You got a 1,000-yard rusher from a team we watched last week when we broke down his tape. He was like, damn, he got 1,000 yards with that O-line? So we got a 1,000-yard rusher with that O-line. He should be clearly the favorite if you think about it. But on this team, we got some guy where you go, I don't know.
Yeah. You know, one thing is we kind of talk about us liking backs who do multiple things. I will think, and we changed a whole lot from the 80s and 90s and up to the early 2000s, and we've kind of been victim of it. I needed, and this was always the thing I always look for. And this is one thing I give a lot of credit for. You said it before. I need to have, and you said on defense as well, I need to have my whole playbook available to me with you. Now, the more you restrict my playbook, the less likely, whether it's pass block pickup, whether it's read and stretch, whether it's read wide zone, whether it's read inside zone, whether it's read counter, whether it's, I think breaking tackles, and it's funny, out of all the stuff, breaking tackles might be the least because there's so much work got to be done before that. Like I said, you can't pass protect. If you can't read wide zone, or like I said, I mean, I guess, and the other thing that makes you, if you can catch the ball out of the backfield, if it gets down to where we got to get you out of the backfield because they bring in too much heat, better catch the ball. So I don't know if they like that nowadays. I think Liam would like that, but I don't know if Liam is a stickler like that because, you know, now our coaches, they scared to lose a player by showing them some little adversity. Like, look, today ain't your game. Like, we're gonna get you back in, but let's tire the defense out a little bit, then we'll let you grind them down inside the red zone.
Yeah, it's interesting that if you think about back in the day, right? It's weird how things changed. We went from JoJo Kemp to Boom. And so that kind of, I know Boom and JoJo Kemp ain't got the explosiveness of Boom, but JoJo Kemp had some juice, right?
Right.
So we had two guys with some juice, and we were like, oh, that's great. And all of a sudden, Benny Snell comes in. Now it's all about falling forward. Now it's all about tough yards. Now it's all about, you just can't tackle with one arm.
Yeah.
Then we get the C-Rod, even a bigger running back. Oh, he's tough yards. He always falls forward. Blah, 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 blah. So now the fans have gotten to that mentality. I'm going to say this. No disrespect to either one, because they did great things for us. And I hate to talk about the next level, but their ability to make it on the next level is going to be harder for them because you got linebackers on every fucking team running 4.4s. You got every linebacker 230, 240. You got Jamin Davis on every NFL team. So your ability to just outrun, and you got defensive linemen just like Carter from Georgia on every team. So one-arm tackles, your ass gonna get hooked because them MFers are 330, 340. In college, you may be able to run through those one-arm tackles. That ain't gonna happen on next level. And there's a lot of Jahmyr Gibbs and Junkins, and there's a lot of them in the NFL. So if you can't differentiate yourself, it's gonna be hard. And kudos to Benny Snell for staying around this long. That means he's a good locker room presence. He does what he's supposed to. He's at what he's he's doing a good job of maintaining his career. But it's hard, man. You know how many running backs come out a year? Good ones?
Right.
A lot.
Right. And they lost all their respect and their luster. Speaking of running backs, Stephen C. wants to know, do we? I got an answer. I'm going to let you go. Do we run two-back sets given our depth, or is the 70s gone? I don't even know if Bo and Marcus Allen was a two-back set. I just remember that on Tecmo Bowl.
Right.
No, I know in the game they did have. I'm gonna go back and look. I think they had Marcus Allen fullback, 3-point stance fullback, and a lot of sets.
Damn.
I gotta go back and look because that's where Marcus got that one long run from the fullback position that they show on highlights all the time. I believe he got that joker, hit it hard, and was gone. But
if you got a good offensive line, that midline running game, quick hitters, that's just hard to defend. Oh, yeah. If you got a Marcus Allen with them giddy ups, he's in the gap before the linebacker. You know what the fuck going on.
You know who tried to do that to me?
Who?
Buddy Ryan. When I played an All-Star game coming out of college, I told you this story before. So they had me listed as a fullback, and in Mummy's offense, I'm listed as a fullback.
Right.
Single back, I'm listed as a halfback when Derek is in the game. So they had me listed as a fullback. We playing in Florida. I'm in a 3-point stance.
Get the fuck out
in front of Mike Anderson.
Get the fuck out of here.
Also, I went to the offensive court. Who was the offensive? I can't remember who the offensive court. It was the Eagles staff. And I was like, man. And it was like, man, just do it. I'm like, what? And they had me run a trap, like everybody's run.
Yeah.
Man, I'm 2 yards behind the damn quarterback. Hey, man, I did get like 7 yards.
Yeah.
By the time I figured what was going on, I was already stumbling through the ground. So that's why when you said that was the first thing I thought about. I mean, I seen a little crease, I hit it, and people were just flying. And nobody, they was just running by me, and I just wound up stumbling.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you said we don't do two backs here?
If I would say this, two back only works if you run the ball with both backs. You just can't. It's just like 2 or 3 tight ends work if you're able to run the ball with 2 or 3 tight ends. If you can't run the ball with 2 or 3 tight ends, ain't no need for them to be out there because then the team's going to play their base or nickel. When you come out 3 tight ends, going to be like, oh, no, them other motherfuckers can't pass, can't run block. They're going to be passing. So we put our nickel in. So with 2 or 3 tight ends, you got to be able to run it down their throat. If you can do that, so here's the deal. Behind the curtains thing. There's a guy in the press box. He's looking at personnel from the other team. If Kentucky brings out Caddis, Dingle, and Cummings, and they can run the ball, they're going to go heavy on defense. So that means they're going to bring another lineman. They're going to bring another linebacker. They're going to do something, take probably a corner out because they think you're going to run down their throat. So now you're in heavy. Now, if you split one of them down tight ends out, that means some guy who's not used to being out in space got to get out in space because there's a corner missing. But you got to be able to run it to make the other team respect that. And two back, if Demi is your pass catching receiver, Jaton's your pass catching receiver as a running back, they got to be able to run the ball. Because if not, when the guy in the box see, oh, they're bringing the Jaton and Ray Davis, oh, they passing it. Because Jaton can't run the ball. They don't run the ball to him. He's going to line up as a slot, and they're going to try to pass and put him in space with a linebacker. They're going to go nickel. So now he's got a DB on him. So if you're going to do it, you got to be able to run the ball, period.
Hold on. So let me ask you this. Since they got this in the chat and everybody asking you, and you giving out all kinds of explanations, say you come out with Jaton and Jefferson. So you come out with Jefferson and Demi. So you come out with Jefferson and Demi. split backs,
Mm-hmm.
offset I, split back, offset I.
Okay.
With Dingle in the H-back position.
Okay.
Whoever, one of them in the H-back position.
Yep.
Demi to the slot.
Okay.
Caddis takes a step back.
Uh-huh.
We downhill. So I mean, so I'm saying, do you think that? And like I said, just because it's Liam, or you think just for window dressing, maybe two backs,
Yeah.
or you still think if we ain't scared you running, so it don't matter anyways.
I'm gonna say this today, August 9th. If you bring out Jatan and Demi or Jefferson and Demi, I'm putting in nickel. I'm going nickel. You're gonna have to prove to me that you can run down my throat with Dingle as an H-back, which no disrespect. I'm not respecting him as a run blocker more than I'm gonna respect him as a pass catcher. Now, if you put isn't Bates back? Didn't Bates come back for another year?
Yeah,
okay, now if you put Bates, you got Bates and Caddis, and Caddis as an H-back, I'm putting him in my base because I'm scared that y'all gonna try to run it down my throat.
But Bates can catch that thing and move a little bit.
No, I'm just off of just history. If you bring in Demi and Jefferson, but has Bates and Caddis as your tight ends, I'm putting in my base, and I'm thinking y'all gonna run the ball. Because as a defensive coach, even though Bates gets thrown to and Caddis can catch a ball, I'm not scared of my linebackers handling them by themselves because they ain't gonna outrun them. Once you put in Dingle or Cummings, now it gives me pause. Okay, if one of them motherfuckers on my linebacker, they have the advantage.
Trying to look at defensively. So I don't know if they didn't change up the defense or whatever. So now they got a jack and a star. Why is they called a nickel a star? Which they got, I guess, Jalen Geiger and Afari booked in at that position, I guess, and started nickel.
Because maybe
or it's like a strong nickel.
Maybe it's not a true nickel. Maybe it's a small base. So instead of calling like Drew Phillips will be your nickel back. So instead of it calling nickel, they're gonna call it star because they're gonna probably take out Wade and put in a DB-ish who can handle the run as linebacker, maybe the field linebacker. That's the only thing I could think of.
3-3-5. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess that's what they call it.
Well, but it's not 3-3-5 is nickel. That's nickel.
Right.
I don't think they're.
You're not thinking a nickel then.
No, I don't think Afari and Geiger will be classified as nickel. I think Afari and Geiger will be classified as base. Like y'all want to talk about in basketball going small ball, it's playing small defense in your base. So we saw Afari can handle fucking field linebacker and play that bitch like a real linebacker.
Right.
And we know Geiger can because he did it 2 years ago.
Right.
So it's kind of like Devontae Robinson 2 years ago. You got a DB who can be valuable in the run, but now you know he can fucking actually handle a curl flat responsibility. He ain't lost in space. So that's why I think they might call it star. So they can go star package, they can go base package, then they can go nickel package.
Right. Yeah. I kind of like that. Either Jalen or Afari in there, move around. I think, and that that is one thing I just said offensively, and I said you got to like it defensively. If we can have those 3 down linemen we got,
yep,
Weaver, Wallace, and Jackson on the field, and if we can, play 3rd and 5 with you on the field, 3rd and 2 with you on the field, and 1st and 10 with you on the field.
you might go star, because last year we fucking sucked on first and second down against the run on defense. We were horrible. So now I think with the guys we got up there front, happily dismissing somebody to somewhere else, I think we're a little stouter, and we get to 2nd and 10. So now Brad White says, okay, they can run draw, they can run RPO, so they might run it, but they also might try to get 5 cheapies on this. So they get in the 3rd and 5. You go put out a far end Geiger who can fucking do both, who can get into a whatever responsibility and coverage is, and we can be sound in that, but also be sound against the run. So they run a draw. We are not afraid that those two guys are gonna get smothered, but if they run RPO, we got guys that are comfortable in space. So 2nd and 5, 3rd and 6, we can go star and be comfortable. That's
Carter. We was talking about Demi earlier. Carter says, so you was looking for somebody in comparison. Is Deebo Samuels that? Are you giving that much receiver respect?
No.
Okay.
Deebo's a different dude, man. I apologize because I kind of set the standard too high with Marshall Faulk. I apologize. Yeah, that bring that standard down a little bit. I've seen Demi on tape. I'm gonna have to see it in person. This is just my opinion of what I've seen. I'm not sure if he's that elite of a route runner. Dude, there's some running backs in the past that could have actually been slot receivers.
Right.
I don't know if for example, I don't like to put this out in the universe, but let's say we lose a couple slot receivers. Are we comfortable putting him out as a slot receiver to cover that injury problem? That's when you know he's a good fucking receiver. Because Marshall Faulk could actually fucking run. If Isaac Akeem got hurt and Ricky Prohl got hurt, you can put Marshall Faulk at slot and live with it. So I don't know if we're at that level with him.
So rank these 3.
Okay.
Not really stats, just the ability to play that position you're talking about. Because I'm thinking 3 people in it.
Oh, slot?
No. Yeah, you'll know once I say the people.
Okay.
Right, just rank them and the ability to do any of that on the field. Just because you got everybody hyped up. And Demi, Randall Cobb, Lynn Bolt.
Oh, damn, Demi is 3rd.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to see.
Shit.
Well, if you put Demi 3rd, that's where I just want to see if it was even close.
Cobb is 1st.
What?
Cobb is 1st. Because no, here's the deal. Lynn Bowden,
I can't argue that.
Lynn Bowden is a better runner, right? But he doesn't separate himself as a better runner than Randall Cobb. But Randall Cobb is a much better receiver than Lynn Bowden, technically.
Yeah.
So that's why I put Randall. But Lynn Bowden is, say this, Lynn Bowden is a better football player than Randall Cobb is. Just a football player. We just talking about football.
Right.
But Randall Cobb is a better wide receiver than Lynn Bowden would ever be. Because Randall Cobb can run a route tree. Lynn Bowden can't. But Lynn Bowden is, if I need a guy that can fucking return punts, play quarterback, play running back, play receiver, play cornerback, play safety, that's Lynn Bowden. I don't think Randall Cobb could do all that. Randall Cobb could play receiver. You can put him at quarterback. But other than that, no. Lynn Bowden's a better punt returner. Lynn Bowden's a better kickoff returner.
You think he's a better punt returner?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna argue with it. Okay. Yeah. Did you have film?
Yes, I do. If you got time.
I didn't know you did. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, I didn't know you did. Oh my Lord. Randall Cobb is 10-year NFL career.
Yeah, dude, Randall Cobb. Look, this is what's hard for people to understand. It's kind of like basketball. Since my daughter plays basketball, I have to have her understand this. Is that when you get to a certain level, right? For example, you get to NBA. I think Spoelstra said this great. I heard an interview with him. When you get to this level, a lot of MFers can score 25 points. Like, there's elite people, but we can only have one or two of them. So even though you were a great scorer in college, coming here, you better find your role.
Right.
And I think the issue with Lynn is that you got to find a role. His role is to be a wide receiver. You just can't be a football player in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
you just can't be that dude. You got to be able to do something that's tangible at a position. And even though he can do a lot of things, there's a lot of motherfuckers can do a lot of things in NFL. But a lot of guys who can do one thing elite level. And I think that's the reason why Lynn is having trouble catching on, because he got put in a bad situation, in my opinion, is he never got able to develop as a receiver because we got injuries and then he had to play running back. Now, that made him valuable in the eyes of some people, but then it also stunted his development as a receiver. When you get in the NFL, they ain't got no fucking time trying to develop you as a receiver. You better come in there with your toolbox already half full. And I think that was the issue, in my opinion, with Lynn.
No, I think you're absolutely right. You got to think that, just like you said, what you didn't say directly like this, but the basic gist, the bottom line is everybody. No, you said it. You should have said exactly this. Everybody in the NFL is a specialist. They are. Like, the only reason you made it because I'm talking about the best. Steph Curry, the best 3-point shooter. It ain't got nothing to do with dunking or nothing else. Now, if he was decent at shoot, if he was good at shooting threes, but also could dunk, had some nice dunk repertoire, he still. Everybody in the NFL is great at their specific thing. Right. So it'll be tough. Now you could be like even as good as Deion was. We sample with you, we dabble with you, him and Devin Hester. We dabble with you over here, but no, you specialize at this, like you coded this.
Right.
And I think that's why I don't know. I don't know if you took offense to me. I was waiting. That's only thing. Everything you were saying was saying that. I just feel like the specialization, if you're not specializing, it's going to be tough for you to stick, because everybody's special at their position.
Right.
Oh, real quick, Carter Hall wanted to know if Tavion Robinson quit the team because he didn't play in the bowl game. Was he suspended? Word on the street is he declined to play, so he was not suspended. And what was the other one? He didn't quit. And he wasn't suspended. I guess he must. I don't know. It was his choice. It wasn't a team's choice. It was his choice. And I don't think the team fought back against his choice.
Look, and that is, I would say that is why Stoops keeps getting players from the portal, from teams that past guys have come back from, because he had two guys do this. He has Boss Man do it. He had Tavion do it. We both know back in the 90s, if your ass did that, you would be no longer on that team.
Oh, yeah.
Your locker room might be packed up the next day. Your locker might not be a locker the next day. So that's the difference today than back in the day, because if your ass quit, if you the balls it takes, I can't imagine going up to Coach Curry's office, nice office, spacious. Oh, it's awesome. And say, Coach Curry, look, man, that OC, me and him ain't seeing eye to eye. This last game, I'm just not gonna play. Damn, I can't.
You got some brass ones,
dude. Wow. So, but that's the difference between Stoops. Every coach says they have an open door policy. They have an open door policy as long as you say good shit. As long as you say the things that they deem worthy of coming to my office, you're all good. But if you come with some hard shit like that, and you live to see the next, that shit, that don't cut it, man. So let's get, so as I always say, I don't like finding highlights. I like to see a whole game. And I want you to understand, that's Cox, left tackle. I think y'all know who the left tackle is. We're just going to go through these plays. Little wide zone. Yo, you know what? Since I'm looking at this, see, this is what a wide zone running back does. And we couldn't get that out of our running back. This play is supposed to come this way, right? His path is this way. But he has the ability, if he wants to, if he deems it more advantageous to go that way. And we didn't have no one in wide zone that could do that. Look where he cuts back. He cuts back to where the guard was on that play side. That's the kind of running back cut that we didn't see out of our scheme when we was trying to run wide zone. So sometimes as a wide zone team, it's also incumbent on the running back to read the leverage of the defensive players and what our leverage offensive players have. And that's a good job by Cox. Look how, ooh. Now, since this individual is no longer with the team, now I feel that I can speak freely. Even though I didn't have trouble speaking freely, now I can truly speak freely. We have a thing of you got to hold the point. Watch how Cox does to the guy who's no longer with us. See that? You got to be able to take a double team and hold it. Good block. Dude, they thrashed us on this first drive. This was embarrassing. This first drive was embarrassing. They carved us the hell up. So that was Cox on Ox. Cox on Ox again, reach. This is not good. Is he 4-eye? Is he head up? Or he's outside? Is that a 5-tech? I think Ox in a 5-tech.
He look outside.
He looks outside? That's what I'm saying. All right. He's at worst 4-eye.
Yeah.
He's at worst 4-eye. I'm gonna give him 5. For Cox to be able to reach him is not good. And Cox reached his ass. See that? That's not good. Dumped his ass.
That ain't Demi running the ball, is it? That's a Caucasian.
No. This Northern Illinois. No, this Northern. I don't know who that running back is. But like I said earlier, I talked about this when you left. This is the wide zone running backs that we didn't have. That cut right there is everything.
Oh yeah, that's what you got to do. Get downhill.
We didn't get that out of our running backs running wide zone. Look. Here's the thing. I'm not sure Cox is Landon Young. I'm not sure Cox is Kennard, but he's fucking solid as hell. And that's all we need. Linebacker can't come up there. He just enveloped post square right there. That's big blue wall right there.
He is kicking him out the club.
That's big blue wall right there. He even handled Dion right there. Now, not saying he had to
like, that wasn't Dion.
Maul. Yeah, right here. Yeah. He had to maul him, but it's position football.
Dion learning the game.
I know that was still
outside leverage. You got too high.
Facts.
We tightened up down here. That's old Brand White. Let's see. There you go.
This is out of tape that I watched. This is what is promising to me. We had a problem blocking blitzes and twists. And one thing that Cox can have is this. The shortest distance to a quarterback is the inside guy. So he punched the inside guy to help his guard, and then he comes back out and able to help on the end. See, that's big. Because if he doesn't, Square, if he stays like last year, he had problems. If he stayed with that guy right there, Square might be able to get there. That little push right there got the quarterback another split second to throw that right there. That's huge.
Last year, we missed both of them. Last year, we tried to shove this one and let the other one right off your back.
Look at that. That's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Mano. That's what I'm comfortable with. And here, I think I got an end zone view. I'll show this better for the end zone. This is 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. And we come with a TE twist, which we screwed up on last year. Hip to hip. Look at that. Pass it off.
That was a hell of a recovery. It ain't like he really recovered, but shit, he got right back to the next guy.
He got right where he's supposed to
get. That was a hell of a block.
So that's why I feel good. And it's not that like I feel like he's Pace. Remember when Pace for the Rams? Orlando Pace?
Yeah, I know.
I don't think. Yeah, but he is extremely solid. And when you are able to move Horsey and Cox back to their natural position, I think him alone being able to be solid at this left tackle makes our O-line so much better. Just him. I mean, if you look at these plays, he's having a great game.
Oh, yeah, he's having a hell of a game. Like you said, he ain't got to, like he's fundamental. He don't get beat by the twist. You know, he got his man. You give your quarterback a chance. You ain't just letting people run by you.
I mean, this is big here. We are twisting around, but he's able to identify what's going on, and he doesn't leave his guy out to dry because he might, and my guard got him, so now I can free up. No. He does his fucking job and does at a high rate. Now, this is unfortunate. I think this is a play he gets hurt. No, it's the next one. So like here, it's not like he's perfect. Now I don't know where the ball's supposed to go, but he's not mauling people, but he is solid. This is the play gets hurt. Gets rolled on. I think that Saunders rolled up on him. Now, Anthony,
it wasn't big ass Walker.
No, who is 90 Saunders, right?
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, that's what it is.
So, all right. So, Anthony, if you plan for Kentucky, then you go play for Ole Miss. And the MFer from Ole Miss hurt you last year, still on the team. When you go to Ole Miss, do you bow up to him? Huh? Or do you just like bygone be bygone?
90 is Ripka.
90 is Ripka? Okay.
Yeah.
So Ripka fell on his leg right there, rolled up on him.
You said he did it on purpose?
No. It's not on purpose. No. It's just trash. He just caught up in the trash.
You better apologize. You better apologize.
Yeah, like
when he walk in there, hey man, sorry about that one thing that happened, man.
Yeah.
That's how that conversation needs to go. All right, man.
Somebody had a question.
Such a big thing. Yeah, and like I said, I thought part of the problem might have been us acknowledging who we had sometimes, let alone. And then like I said, if you're a good offensive line, you've been taught soundly, and your fundamentals are sound. Like you said, if this motherfucker lined up outside your face and he runs across your face, ain't no longer you dilly and dallying in there too long.
Right.
Somebody's coming. Like I said, we gonna turn our whole shoulder. What that do right there when I turn my whole shoulder, man? What that do for that edge? Sure. So
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say something controversial.
Imagine that.
I think everybody's complaining about Flax, but no one is complaining about Tayshaun Manning. We know this. If I'm Flax and I'm new to the game, so to speak, I need my guy inside of me to be solid, because then he makes my job easier. Because my job at right tackle is hard. But if we both have issues, it makes me look bad. So I'm just putting that out there. Is Flax wasn't perfect, but y'all give Tayshaun Manning a damn slide. Y'all let that man skate.
I don't think nobody do. I just don't think nobody say nothing about him. I ain't never gave him no slide. I just think he was not remarkable. There was nothing to say about him. I wasn't good.
They work in tandem though.
Yeah.
The offensive line works on a string. And it works actually inside out.
Right.
Everybody puts all this tackle. It's actually guard center is more important than the tackles.
Yeah.
If you're not strong up the middle, you suck as an offense.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that before I say some more things that's offensive.
Yeah, you can't be calling kids out, man.
He ain't no longer here.
Flex wasn't Flex didn't deserve all the credits, all you saying.
Flax doesn't deserve all the issues. Right. There was some issues. There was some issues that was more on Manning that people put on Flax.
The damn tackle is more visible.
Yes, for sure. That the tackle spot, you know what the tackle spot is like? It's like the cornerback spot.
Yeah.
I can get in your ass 90% of the plays, but that one play you scored a touchdown. Oh, that fucking Van House sucks. You see, he just gave up that damn touchdown. But you ain't look at all the other fucking players before that. That's left that's the tackles. Although Flax had more than just a one play. he wasn't just a one play Charlie. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. All right. Everybody, we appreciate y'all for checking us out. We come to that part of the show. And head on over to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like, subscribe, share, follow. The app formerly known as Twitter.
No, it's still Twitter.
Formerly known as. I can disrespect that man's product like that, man. Next week, bring your friend along. I see we got a lot of other people been chiming in and liking, sharing. People talking they couldn't find it. If you get the subscribe button, especially on YouTube, as soon as we come on, man, your TV gonna jump over there. We're gonna be on. So, like I said, tell your friend, bring them along, bring your comments. We'll know a little bit more next week. Because apparently they're supposed to have a scrimmage this week. I don't know how you scrimmage 2 weeks for the game. Yeah, I think they're going back to Bill Curry. That's what one of the guys on Sunday morning said, that they expected us to scrimmage this week and next week, 2 more scrimmages.
Whoa.
I'm like, I don't want that to be the case. Yeah. But when did I say? I didn't mean that. I meant Saturdays. I meant Saturdays. That's what I said. When we start doing that. But
hold on. I gotta get a schedule out. They really gonna scrimmage the next 2 weeks?
I don't know that to be a fact. I gotta check with my sources. But that's what my Sunday morning sources said. One of them.
Okay. You talking about this Saturday and next Saturday?
Yeah. I said next 2 Saturdays.
Oh, okay, that's possible. Because then you got after 19, you got 2 weeks before the game.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I can't question Stoops. He's been doing it right for the past couple of years. So.
Now, here's the deal. We need to get up on it. Is it a true scrimmage? Like, is the back half having a scrimmage? Like, they're going full out, tackle to the ground? Or it's really just a front banging?
They don't need to call it scrimmages. Like you said, if they're not tackling to the ground, you said just give them a look.
Yeah.
And then around.
Yeah.
I could see them having 1, maybe 2, maybe the second one gonna be lighter, or maybe this one gonna be light in the next. And I'm saying third, but you still got to get that game atmosphere. You still got to get the clock in, get the plays in on time. You got to get that. So you're right. I can see it. Like I said, it ain't Bill Curry, man. Scrimmage on Tuesday, short yardage on Wednesday, goal line on Thursday, travel on Friday. Shit, man, come on, man.
Y'all soft.
Man, you talking about y'all. We got our back. We ain't have a back over 200 pounds back there. Tackling to the ground 3 days a week.
You right. Ray Mack wasn't 200 pounds?
I think Ray might have been. It might have been, but I think it was like 198, something like that.
Shit.
He may have been 2. He might have been 2. He may have been 2.
Yeah, y'all all fucking small. Damn, we had corners but bigger than y'all. Damn.
All right, man. Here we go. Like I said, come back next week. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The app formerly known. Check us out, man. We'll be back next week. A little more info. Hope the kids have good transition back to school when they start school.
Thanks.
We out of here.